Morning, everyone. I'm Kristen Myers, editor-in-chief of ETF.com, here with your market minute for Thursday, May 29th. So we have two pieces of really big news today that is moving the markets. I'm going to start first with tariffs. Now, anyone that watched Schoolhouse Rock as a kid might have seen this coming. And we had the U.S. courts essentially block most of the tariffs that President Trump has tried to put into place, saying that the president overstepped his authority when he even put those powers in place, because it is actually the role of Congress to put in place tariffs and not the role of the president, even with an emergency executive order that is meant to safeguard the U.S. economy. And as a result, most of the tariffs that we have seen are now being rolled back. And of course, markets are responding accordingly. So let's take a look right now, at least some of the broad market ETFs. So first up, we have SPY. It is in the green today, rising about 0.75 of a percentage point. And then, of course, we also have some manufacturing ETFs, which is surprisingly are not doing well today. So I'm looking at MADE, M-A-D-E, the iShares US Manufacturing ETF. It is down almost 1% today. Now, there could be possible reasons for that. One, tariffs are protectionary against U.S. manufacturing interests, so that could be the reason that we see this ETF in the red. But there also could be the fact that there is uncertainty around tariffs, and markets don't love uncertainty. It is hard to invest around, and that could be one of the reasons that we see this ETF slumping today. Now, I do want to move to the second piece of news, which is NVIDIA earnings. Now, remember, just yesterday, I said that if NVIDIA did really well in its earnings report, and it did, it topped estimates, that we would see markets respond accordingly. So today, NVIDIA, the stock is actually up 6% today. Two ETFs that have NVIDIA as its biggest holdings. First up, you have USD, that is the ProShares Ultra Semiconductors ETF. It is in the green. It is up almost 7% today. Now, the second ETF that has NVIDIA as one of its largest holdings is SHOC. That's the Strive US Semiconductor ETF, SHOC. It is up over 2.5%. Again, boosted by that beat that NVIDIA had, even though NVIDIA said, hey, we could have sold more last quarter, but unfortunately, we actually had restrictions on exporting our H20 chip to China. Despite that hurdle, we still had a beat on estimates. NVIDIA is still doing well, still going strong, the world's second most valuable company, and the markets are responding accordingly. Of course, keep it locked in here to ETF.com. Like, follow, subscribe. We'll keep you updated on the whole thing that's happening with tariffs, the U.S. economy, earnings, and of course, your investor portfolio.